Just one J. Family, greetings to you all and welcome back to my channel. I'm your brother Chief Lambashego Yapal Sewulana, also known as Prince Ayoko, sending my peaceful and warmly greetings to you all wherever you are in the world. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are. How are you doing and how is our families at your side doing? I hope and pray that each and every one of you is having a wonderful weekend, is doing very well wherever you are. and is coping with the situations around the world. Like, it's not me who is going to tell you what is going on all over the world. You can all tell whatever is going on around the world. It's just been so much things going on with regards to so many situations. But then, as you know, in life, there are so many ways to live in life. You understand? And all of these problems that is happening all over the world is just problems. That is why we are humans. The non-living things. All right, sorry for the um uh, sorry for the just I mean sorry for my break. I think it's due to my network. Okay, so I'm back again. Like I said, in this world, there's so many problems going on. It could be financial problems, it could be health related problems, it could be problems with our jobs, it could be problems with our housing, it could be problems with our neighborhood, it could be problems with, all kind of problems. But like I said, it is we human beings who encounter these problems in life. Like we humans and living things, like we humans and then animals that encounter these problems. Because the reality is that as humans, no matter what the situation, we still have to survive. Um, Either it is good, it is bad, or ugly. We still have to survive. So we have to find a way that we have to survive, especially to those people who doesn't have the ideas as to how to do to survive. That is why I'm coming out with this kind of videos, so that when you watch it, when you really take your time to watch it, it will be able to assist you, or maybe like guide you, or you'll be able to learn some common sense from it. So my topic for tonight is sustainable water. That is how to have our own water in our various houses. But unfortunately, it's not everyone who will be able to have this, especially when you don't have a house on your own, or especially when you don't own the house that you live, or especially, when you don't have the plants, or especially if you don't have what it takes to do it, when you can't do it financially. But with the financial aspect of it, it's just like 50-50. You can have the finances to do it. Ask me why. So this is the reason why I'm coming out with this video. I'm going to explain it into details for you to understand. Because what I'm going to teach you, share with you and teach you tonight, it is not everyone, it is not anybody who taught me how to do it. I got that sense, or I got that talent from my craftsmanship. You understand? I'm a craftsman. Like, I've been into craftsmanship for over 25 years. If I'm not mistaken, I'm getting into like my 27th year on craftsmanship. So how does it take us to have our own water that, at the end of the month, you not go in and pay for water bill, or you not even have any water bill at all? How can you do that? How can you have your own sustainable water? How can you live a self-sufficient life without paying for water? So this is the idea, and this is the plan that I've been having for a long time, and I have did it. I have personally did it with the help of my men, and when I say with the help of my men, I have some craftsmen. I have masons, I have plumbers, I have steel benders, I have, painters, I have tilers, I have all kind of these craftsmen who work for me, and I share the ideas with them, because the majority of them, if I'm not mistaken, all of them, they don't know much about these ideas. But how do we do it? So I'm going to come straight to the point so that you can all learn from what I'm going to share with you tonight. So first of all, I'm talking about sustainable water, and I'm talking about rainwater catchment system. I'm talking about cistern. You know, cistern. This cistern is spelled as Cistern. Cistern. T I S. I mean, oh, sorry, Cistern. Cistern. In some parts of the world, like here in Ghana, we call it underground water tank. So this underground water tank that I'm talking about, it is a multi-purpose tank, but it's mainly for water storage. You understand? Either you are getting the rain from water, either you are getting the rain. Either you are getting the water from the rainfall, or either you are getting the rain. I mean the water to store into the cistern from whatever source you're getting it. But then the best option for it is for rain. You know, it's for you to use rainwater catchment system. You understand? The best source for it is the natural rainfalls that we all have. Imagine in a year the number of rainfalls that we have. Like here in Ghana, for instance, we have 6 months of rainfall. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, up to 6 months of rainfall. And then when we have these 6 months of rainfall, we have, the other 6 months is divided. We have the warm season, we have the Harmattan season, you understand, and we have the dry season. So all of this has to be divided within the 6 months, the other 6 months, but 6 months is for rainfall. So right now, as I'm talking to you, imagine when it is raining at your place and you open your window or you open your door to look at the number of water that is pouring down, that you think is good for you to use, that you think you need, and it's just getting wasted just because you don't have an idea. You might have the resources, but you don't have the idea that you'll be able to use to catch this water and to store it and use it in the near future. Said that you wouldn't be able to do what? Pay for water bill again at your home, or just pay for water bill wherever you live. So for instance, let me say, if you are a tenant, if you rent somebody's house to live, if you cannot dig underground to have the rainwater that you think you should have, but at least you can talk to the owner of the house and then just put something on the roof, like a gutter on the roof, and then use PVC pipes to connect it and get a water storage tank. It doesn't have to be the cistern. You see the plan. So it all depends on how you talk to the owner of the house and their understanding. Let me say, when you rent a house, the owner of the house is not the one who is going to pay for your water bills. He's not the one who is going to pay for your electricity bills, or he's not the one who is going to pay for your power that you use in the house. But then just imagine, when you rent a house, you pay for water, you pay for power, and then you pay for the room or the house that you're living in. So at least if you are able to pay for the room or the house that you're living in, and you are able to pay for power, that is if you don't have any kind of solar installation at in the house, or solar power. But then at least the water, you don't even have to pay for the water, because you know what? It is natural. It comes up, it comes down from the skies. It is naturally, it is God that brings forth the rainfall. It is God that makes the rain to fall. So this information that I'm going to share with you, please don't forget to, share this content with your families and your friends, so that everybody can get to learn some common sense about what I'm going to share with you tonight. And with the music that you were listening to, it was from our brother Alidu Bizang. Alidu Bizang is from the oral historian family of northern Ghana. They have been, preserving our culture in a kind of drumming, up to date, drumming and singing, up to date, and we still listen to them. So whenever I come into a live stream like this, I don't forget to honor the ancestors. Said that they will be appreciated for whatever I'm sharing. So see what I'm saying? Water is life. As I'm talking to you, I'm drinking water. So imagine if there's no water, I'll be sitting here thirsty. So you see, water is life. Water is life, and we have to do whatever we can to kind of find a way that we can store water. Say that at all cost or at any time we can have water. So let me come back to the main issue or the main subject. And to those of you who are watching, don't forget to hit the like button, and don't forget to subscribe if you are new on this channel, because I always come out with so many informations that is beneficial to all of us, to me, my family, our families, our communities, and so on and so forth. So, and therefore, it is a must for me to share this kind of information. Now, let me take you to step 1 of cistern, like constructing a cistern or finding a way of, putting up a structure that can be able to store water for you through the rain that falls. You see what I mean? So this is the plan. When you have a small land and the measurement of the land is like, let's say, 30 by 30, or that is very small. 30 by 30 is very small, but I'm going to start with 30 by 30. So when you have 30 by 30 piece of land, I'm going to start with a smaller piece of land and then go to the higher. You understand? That's how I teach. When I teach, I make sure that I teach say that you can understand. So let's say you have a 30 by 30 piece of land that you think you can use to build a house for you and your family. And at the same time, you want to construct a system on that same piece of land, on the 30 by 30 piece of land. That is 30 feet by 30 feet piece of land. I'm going to take you technically so that you really know that I know what I'm saying. So when you are going to do that, you have your kitchen. When the house is going to be constructed, you have your kitchen, you have your dining hall, you have your storage room, you have your bedroom, and then you have your couch. That is, your living room. And you have your porch. So at least you can choose either your living room or your bedroom. That is your couch or your bedroom, because it is that particular piece of land that is enough for you to construct a system or an underground water tank. So what you do is that when the project is going to be started, because 30 by 30 piece of land, you wouldn't be able to have a compound. It's very small, you see. So what you're going to do is that find some professionals who can dig the foundation at the particular point that you want to build the system or the underground water tank. Let them dig it. Don't let them dig it very deep. At least let them dig it 6 feet deep. Just 6 feet deep. So when they dig it 6 feet deep, if your bedroom, like assuming if you are building it on your bedroom or your living room, if your living room is supposed to be like 12 feet by 12 feet, because with your living room it has to be a little bit bigger so that you can have space for your televisions, for whatever, for your furnitures, for whatever you want to really have there. You understand? So when they dig the foundation 6 feet, deep. 6 feet deep, 12 feet wide. So the length should be 12 feet and the breadth should be 12 feet. That is, the length should be 12 feet and the breadth should be 12 feet. The wideness should be 12 feet and the length should be 12 feet. And the deepness of the foundation should be 6 feet. So with this 6 feet, this is the plan. With whatever kind of materials that you'll be using for the concrete, make sure that you have enough cement to mix the concrete, to mix together to make the concrete. So when you do that, we have something that we call the blending. That is using the concrete to fill on the foundation, on the bottom of the foundation, before the construction of the living room. You understand? That is where the construction of the living room starts, and that is where the construction of the cistern or the underground water tank starts. So when you do this, when the foundation is dig, what you have to do is that if you want to have, let's say, from down there inside the 6 feet where the foundation is getting started, if you have plans to make, let's say, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8, so 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9, if you want to have 9 pillars, so what you have to do is that before they do the blending, you make them, divide the foundation. That is from the edge of the foundation, the middle of the foundation, and the other edge. So from the left, the 12 feet has to be divided into 3. So you divide 12 times 3 from the edge on the left of the foundation. From the middle, you divide it by 3. 1 2 3. That makes it 6 pillars. From the other part of the land, so from the left and the right, it both has to be divided into 3. That will give you 9 pillars, and that will make the foundation strong. So when you divide the left by 3 times, divide the middle by 3 times, divide the right by 3 times, you get 9 pillars. That is 1 2 3. So when you do this, they do what they call the starter pillars, or the beginning of the pillars. So they are going to use some rebars or some iron rods, and it is your steel bender who will do that. When he cuts the metals by 2 feet, he's going to bend them and then use them as the starter pillars. But then he has to dip at least 2 feet or 1.5 feet, put on some concrete in there before he mounts the iron rods that he bind on top of the concrete, and then bind the starter pillars. With the starter pillars, if you want your foundation to be strong, that is the irons that you're going to use on the pillars. That is the rebars or the iron rods that you're going to use to start the pillars. You can use iron 16. If you want it to be solid, you can use iron 16. So with this iron 16, what they are going to do is that, when the first blending is 5 inches, or let's say 6 inches, when the first blending is 6 inches, by then 6 inches minus, 1 feet is 12 inches. So 1.5 feet is supposed to be 18 inches. So when you deduct 6 times 18, you have what? 12 feet. That is 1 feet. So when the 6 inches of concrete takes down, that is where you mount the iron mat for the starter pillars. Then you mount it there, raise it up, and then do what? When you put on the concrete 6 inches, and then you mount the iron mat for the starter pillar. So what you have to do is that the mason would use 6 iron rods, or maybe 8, to bind the iron rods for the starter pillars. And as long as the deepness of the cistern or the rainwater catchment system that we call the cistern. The deepness of the manhole or the foundation is 6 feet. What you do is that you can do it like 12 feet. Say that, when they start to construct the pillars from the foundation, they are supposed to adjust some pillars on it. So at least the intervals for the adjustment, the intervals for the adjustment should be like 3 feet, at least 3 feet. So that is the continuation of the pillars. So at the end of it, it depends on the plan that you're gonna build your bedroom, your living room, or whatever. So the whole point is that when you are able to go through all of these things, the floor will also be blended with concrete. That is like 6 inches or like, let's say 8 inches or like 5 inches. It depends on how you do your thing. But then make sure that the cement content in it is fresh. So when you do that, what you have to do is that when the whole thing is lifted up, but then you make sure that an iron mat is put on top of the house from the foundation, from the beginning of the foundation. You make sure that there's some iron mat. You can do it a double iron mat or just a single iron mat. The intervals of the irons that crosses the mat from vertical and horizontal, it should be like at least the interval should be like 3 inches, you understand? So you see 1 inch, 2 inch, 3 inches. So like this, the interval should be like this. You can even use the marks on your fingers to count. You see, we consider each mark from our fingers to be like 1 inch. So 2 inches, 3 inches. So you just make sure that the person who is doing it for you do it the right way, especially when you know measurements. You can also follow that. So you can construct the tank and then build a house on top of it. So when you are able to do this, you'll be sitting on top of water or sleeping on top of water, and at the same time do what? Use it. Because when you do that and then build your house, the roof of your house can serve as a source of the rainwater catchment, because from there you can see that when you put gutters on your roof, that is on the facial board of your roof, when you put rain gutters in there, you can have an outlet and inlet PVC pipes. Say that sometimes when it takes some time for rain to fall, the roof gets dirty and there's a lot of bad particles on top of the roof. So what you have to do is that you have to create an outlet, so that when the rain begins to fall, all the water that falls on the roof through to the gutter would go. You see what I'm saying? Let me entertain you a little bit so we can all learn from my topic for tonight. Yes, Brother Richmond, welcome to the chat. How are you and our families at your side doing? Sister Joyce Bivins, welcome to the chat. How are you and our families at your side doing? I'm also doing very, very well. Our families here is doing wonderful. Yeah, everybody is fine. I'm just gonna take you a short break so we can all enjoy a little bit and come back to learn. But so far, are you getting what I'm saying? Let me know if you are getting what I'm saying. Yes, please comment and let me know if you are understanding what I'm saying. If you don't understand, come back and watch the video. If someone is supposed to build your house for you, then you can let them listen to this video. It's very simple. Amina, greetings to you and our families at your side. How are you doing? And how is our families at your side doing? Tanya Mare Lawson, Greetings to you, my lovely sister, Tanya Marie Lawson. How are you and our families at your side doing? How is everyone doing? Yeah, I'm here sharing some important information about Cistern, that is rainwater catchment system. And I'm gonna share this information as much as I can. Because you know what? The reality is that in Africa and in the world, people are paying so much for water monthly. Um, Queen Yas and Tua, greetings to you, greetings to our families at your side. I wish all of you all the best. So you see, in every month, this is one important thing about this conversation that I'm having with you all. You know, in every month, either you like it or not, you still have to pay for water. You have to pay your water bill as long as you use the water that the government institutions or any other companies that provides you with water. Either you like it or not, you still have to go and pay for the water. Or if you are not paying for the water, you will still have to buy water to use, either to drink or either to kind of wash or bath or cook. But then the water that the Almighty provides, you will not pay for it. You see, there are so many ways to do it. So many ways to do it. You might be able to dig some boreholes, or you might be able to just use the rainwater. So it all depends on what you want to do. But then, like in life, whatever plans you have about sustainable life is kind of good. It's good because when you are doing all of these things, it will help you. It will not help anyone, but then it will help you. So this is why we have to live a kind of sustainable life. It's just like when you plant trees in your house. The trees provides you with oxygen, and then the tree gives you oxygen, and then you give the trees carbon dioxide. You know, we breathe in what the tree gives us. That is the air that the trees gives us, and then breathe out what the trees also wants. So like these plants that I have here, they provide me with what I need, and I end up also providing them with what they need. So that's one thing I love about plants. So it's just like water. Without water, these trees or these plants that you see behind me cannot survive. Without water, me that is talking to you would not survive. So that is why we have to find a way that we can have like a real sustainable way of having water. You understand? So it is very clear that we have to all teach each other some things like this. So if you have any ideas about it, you can come and share with us so that everyone can learn. Because my purpose as a chief or as a leader in my community is to plan. I have a future plan that, you know, I'll be able to create some big system, like let's say at least 200 feet by 150 feet, you know, water storage by 200 feet by 150 feet by at least 20 or 25 feet deep. You understand? So this can be able to store water for the whole community to use for free. And the system has to have a roof. That will be the source of catchment of the rain catchment system. So you see, all of these things that we're saying has to do with money. But then you have to plan before you look for the money that you use to do what? Execute your plan. So let's not forget when we are planning. You know, before you have the resources to do everything, you have to have the plan in mind before you have the resources. That's one thing about planning. Make sure that you have the plan first before you get the resources. Else, you will not be able to make useful of the resources when you have the finances. So make sure that you always have the plans before you get the resources. It's just like when you are seeking a job. You will know that when I get this job, this is what I'm going to use the money for. So it's just the same thing that I'm sharing with you. That's why I said you can build your house, you can use your house to create a rain catchment system, or yeah, underground water tank or system, so that when you have all of these things at your home, at least you'll be sustainable, because you can use the water for even over a year before the next rainy season. So you see, especially where there is so much race, that means it's an everlasting plan. So think about it, family, and let me know what you have to talk about it. If you have any other options, you let me know. So enjoy this from a little Bizon. So I'll be right back. Enjoy the music. Back. I really love our traditional music. only you know what he's saying, you would have danced with me. Yes, Sister Mina, my family here is doing very well. And I'm also doing very well. I've just been so busy. Very, very busy. That's how we do it. If you don't want to stand up and dance. Oh. This is an ancestral dance. No maka yenda kaya. Umba ba pernah na kuya yul sa sugumbia. Bo. ancestors has uplifted my energy. Because you can hear the women shouting. All right, that's okay. So family, let's come back to the topic. If we're gonna follow these drawbacks, we'll keep following them till we even forget about the topic. So let's come back to the issue of rainwater catchment system. You know, here as we are, nobody regulates our rain. We don't actually have some chemicals that is pumped into the skies or that is sprayed into our system. You know, we breathe the natural air that these plants and the Almighty God has provided. We don't actually have problems with our with the atmosphere or with the skies, like with people doing certain things that pollutes, you know, the water that we drink. I think the only problem that we have here is that that's why I did not mention that on this topic about water storage. You know, our governments, what they do is that they dig dams. You understand? They dig dams, and with these dams, one thing about it is, you know, one disadvantage about it is that when they dig these dams, you know, cattle go there to drink. People drink the water with cattle and animals. Cattle shit on the water whilst they are drinking. They urinate on the water, you know. So let me say cattle defecate on the water whilst they are drinking, and they also urinate on the water whilst they are drinking. You know, it's just so much that is going there that I think it doesn't make the water kind of good. But when you are using it to water your plants, that will be okay. So, but you see, with the cistern, or let's say when you are constructing a borehole, or like a borehole, you see, it's underground. All kind of water that is underground, either you catch it from the rain or whatever, is pure, like it's clean, because nothing touches it, especially when your filtration system is good. It will be clean for you to even drink. It is not open. Nothing can come out from the sky, like from the air, to go into it, and nothing can come to just make it dirty. That's why I said, especially when your filtration system is good. But then all of these things that we are doing, I'm sharing with you. I have to share the information with you in a very much detailed way, or I have to explain the details with you so that you can understand and know what is going on. Else, if I did not share this with you, you can see some dams, even the rivers. You see what the Chinese are doing to our rivers in Africa. You see how the gold miners or the gold mines are doing to our water bodies in Africa. They are just polluting the water bodies, that is the natural rivers, polluting all kind of these dams and so on and so forth. But you see, with the system, nobody can pollute it. With a borehole, nobody can pollute it. That is another option that I have to share with you. So let me come to the comment section. So Queen Yas and Twa said, keep singing at Prince Ayoko. Thanks for that. Yeah, you're welcome. And TM Lawson Duval EL said, FIY, here in the US. Here in the US, collecting rainwater is regulated in many states. Sometimes, some states is still illegal, or there's maximum on what can be collected. Craziness. But how can people how can you be controlled as how to just catch water from the rain? Something that the best, even something that our leaders doesn't even provide. Like, they are not the source of our rainfalls. Our governments, our politicians, all kind of our leaders and everybody, they are not the ones that makes the rainfall. So why should they do this? No, I think that is not right. They should think about it again. It is completely and total not right. Not only in the US, but in the whole part of the world. This is not right for this to be going on. I don't think it is right. It's completely not right, and I'm against it. As I'm talking to you right now, I have a system at my project, Queen's Guest House. I have a very big system there. It is 20 feet by 12 feet by 6 feet. So this system that I have is big. It's a very big system. Nobody regulates it. As I'm sitting here right now, when it's about to rain, the roof is already clean, because our rainy season has started. Though this year we don't have that much rainfalls. But at least with the number of rains that we have had, I can say that the roof is clean. So, and therefore, I've just make a source for the water to go in. I've just regulated the source that the water can pass through to my system. So when it's raining, even when I'm sleeping, the water will still go into the system, and I have an overflow. So this is one thing again that you have to do. When you construct your system, you have to create an overflow pipe, PVC pipe. At least you should use like 4 inches PVC pipe. So whenever the tank is full, whilst you are asleep or whilst you are not there to control it, you can't even control it when it's raining. So make sure that you have an overflow pipe, say that whenever it gets to that level, the water will begin to go out from the outlet that you have. So the overflow pipe is supposed to be the outlet. It's supposed to connect together with the gutters that you have from the roof. You see the plan. So this is the plan. When you construct the system with the measurements that I've given you, or with your own measurements, and just put everything in place and in order, make sure that the overflow pipe is it is in the same chamber that the rain gutters outlets have. So both the outlet to the system is the same thing as the overflow pipe. That will be the outlet, and the inlet will be from the roof that goes straight into the cistern. So make sure that you have one chamber, and you connect PVC pipes from the roof for the outlet into that chamber, and then connect the outlet, that is the overflow pipe, PVC pipe, into that same chamber and direct it to a gutter outside the house, or outside wherever you think the water can go out. So that same water, you can use that for irrigation. You understand? It will not go wasted. So this is the plan. So the whole thing is just simple. You can even use like hundreds of acres to construct that particular rainwater catchment system, that is the system. It all depends on your resources and your finances, but it's simple. But all what you have to do is that you just make sure that the foundation is solid, and if you need any assistance, you can contact me so that I'll be able to assist you on measurements and with the plans as to how to do it. A lot of people has contacted me when they saw my system, and it really worked for them. Yeah, people are coming to see it, even people from here who are watching me on YouTube, and people who are just passing by coming to see what I'm doing. They are learning from what I'm sharing, with regards to what I'm doing. So it's actually coming along very well. People are benefiting from my plans, and I said, okay, why can't I also share this with you, especially to you who has been following me on YouTube, so that you also be able to learn something. You understand? Sharing means caring. This is what we have to do as family. So when you take this plan, especially when you are having a plan to build, it is very, very, very important for you to take note of this, so that in the future, when you benefit from it and you remember about me, you'll be smiling and be praying for me. And don't forget to pray for me, and don't forget to remember me whenever you use this plan to work, especially when you construct or build your house. It is very useful. So think about that and work that out. If you have the abilities or the resources to do it, that will be good for you, that will be good for your family, that will be good for the next future generations, that will be good for your neighbors, and that will be good for whoever benefits from the water. You understand? Like I told you, water is life. As you can see, I have water here. When I talk to you a little bit, or when I talk a little bit, I drink it. Everybody needs water to survive, and that is why water doesn't have enemy. Water doesn't have an enemy at all. In the Dagwali language, we say Kwam Kadam. Kwam Kadam. Like water doesn't have an enemy. Water is pure. It doesn't have an enemy. Either you drink it or you don't drink it, it is there for you. Either you hate water or you like water, you still use it. So water is a universal thing that we all use, and it is very good. It is from creation. It is from creation. Water and we humans is like this left hand and then this right hand and this left hand. We and water, we humans and water works hand in hand. We have all been supportive to each other. You see, when you keep water clean, it will help you to survive. When you make it dirty, it will also help you to die. Because when you drink it, you have sickness from it. Yeah, and sister TM, my sister TM Lawson Duval EL said, yes, check your state on rainwater harvesting. Many states have restrictions. Some states you may need a permit, and at one point it was illegal in Colorado. Hopefully things may change. Yeah, I pray for that. And then Queen Yaa Asantua said, update, it's no longer entirely illegal to collect rainwater in any of 50 states, although some have restrictions. Yeah, that is how it is. You know, this is, you all talking about one thing, like a place that is big, like a country that is big. Let's say, for instance, in Ghana, we only have like 16 regions. It is, you know, the northern region that is the most biggest region in Ghana, like the most biggest. The biggest region in Ghana is the northern region, and Tamale is the third biggest city in Ghana, and the population in Tamale is over 1 million population. We have over 1 million population. We are heading to 2 billion population in Tamale. So, um, you know, and sometimes too it depends on the leadership. Like, here, sometimes the government can bring a law, and the traditional rulers will not be happy with the law. Like, let's say if the government of Ghana say put restrictions to rainwater harvest system, or rainwater storage system, or rainwater catchment system, it is something that he himself knows will not work. The government of Ghana, under any circumstances, cannot put restrictions on that. He will even have to work on it. So to any Ghanaian who is in the leadership of our government, should please share this information with the government of Ghana, instead of digging all of these open dams that humans and cattle and every things, living things used to drink. They should rather build these dams for cattle, for non-living things, sorry, for cattle, for birds, and for irrigations. And they should also, the government of Ghana should also plan to build some bigger systems, like some bigger rainwater harvest systems, because all of these dams that the government is building, quite apart from the natural rivers that we have, all of these man-made dams that the government is building is supposed to store water, and the source of water that fills these dams is from the rains. So instead of just constructing the dam very, very big, widely open, without having any cover or without having any lid, the government should better construct these systems, because it isn't every part of Ghana that you can dig a borehole and then you have water underneath the earth, that you can get a source of water from the borehole. But you see, for rainwater, it is 100% assured that every year we'll have rain. For instance, back in Accra, people are dying from heavy rains, from floodings. Back in Accra, for the past 2 weeks, for the past 3 weeks, people have been dying. People are losing properties. People are losing their houses. Even behind the president's residential area where he lives, not the Flagstaff house, but I'm talking about, the family house to the president where he sometimes lives. There was a flooding that is around Nima police station area. There was a very heavy flooding there. A lot of people has lost their properties to that flooding. All of this water that is flooded, that is going wasted. Imagine when they store all of this water, it's going to be beneficial, you see, to us. So they should find a ways that they can direct all of this water that is creating all of these floods inside Accra Township. So whenever it rains and the water pass through these clean gutters, it will go and fall on that big system. So they can even use that to provide water for people in Accra to drink, for people in Accra to wash, for people in Accra to drink, like to cook and to just use it. You understand? They can find a way of purifying it, just like the way they get their sources from these rivers and from these dams that people use to drink. All of this water that we drink is from the rivers and the dams that they purify for us to drink. You understand? So instead of just making this water to go wasted and do all of this, cause all of these harms with the floodings and everything, why can't they just use this common sense to do all of these things, so that in the future we'll still have water to use without even paying high water bills? See what I'm saying? So this is one thing that we have to learn. Sometimes our rivers and our dams is drying up in the dry season when it's no more raining. The majority of our dams is drying up. You understand? Especially with these illegal uh, miners. That is this illegal Chinese miners spoiling our water bodies in the communities that has gold on their lands. You know, um, this is one thing again that I would appeal to the government of Ghana to do. Whilst he is, the government of Ghana should also find a way of preserving the water and, storing the water and preserving it. When the last water dies, that is when the last man dies. It's just like the tree. When the last tree dies, the last man dies. So we should be able to do all of this. This is just the use of common sense. It doesn't even have to take some long procedure to do it if they have the resources, especially the monies that is generated from the country, like from our income, from our taxes. The taxpayers' monies and everything that the country generates goes into their pockets. So they should use part of it to do that, and not just share it among themselves and use that to control us day by day. It is nonsense. So they should try to listen to this and use that, to work. Yeah, they should try to do that. Sometimes this is what our leaders have to know. Talking about Cistern, I was talking about how to store rainwater. But, as the conversation gets deeper and deeper, it is reminding me about what our politicians are costing us and what our leaderships are costing us. You understand? Sometimes, even the sources of water that we get our drinking water from, that is the rivers that we get our drinking water from. And sometimes even the source of water body that provides our country with power. Sometimes when the water level go low, the Akosombo Dam, that is the dam that our country gets water from. Our power from. That is the water body that helps our machines that provides us with electricity or power. That is the source of dam that generates power to Ghana. So you see, in every country they have their source of power, how they generate their power. But Ghana, for instance, sometimes when the water level in the Akosombo Dam goes low, they will be having power outages. We'll be having power sharing. We'll be having power sharing. Like this community will have power tomorrow. The next day they'll be out of power, and this community will have to have power. It has ever happened like that. Low shading or low whatever they were calling it. So all of this water that comes from the rain that fills this dam in 6 months, and the next 6 months will not have water. Instead of the water going waste, like instead of the water coming from the skies and being soaked again by the earth, why can't they just store that water to always have it in use? See what I'm saying? So everyone that is watching me right now, please share this information so that people will get to learn about, how we can be living a sustainable life, like how we can be living a sustainable life. Say that, in the future, we can all be okay. In the future, we wouldn't have water problems. Like I said, when the last water body dies, or when the last water dies, that is when the last man dies. No more survival. There's no doubt about this, and there's no argument about this. There is no one who hates water. And just like water doesn't also hate anyone. Everyone has to drink water to survive. Each and everyone has to drink water to survive. So, and therefore, we have to find a way of storing water, especially rainwater. You can even build your house on top of water, and you'll be using the water that comes from the rain. You see how simple it is. It is just simple. So think about this, family. When you go to my videos from last year, you can see how I started to construct the system. You can see all the procedures. To those who are new on this channel, if you go back to my channel way back last year, like over a year ago, you will see how I began the digging of the foundation, how I did the installation, how I cast the bricks to build it, and how I did everything. I have all of the informations on my channel. So don't forget to go back and watch if you want to really learn. And this information that I shared, I think will also be beneficial to you. So it's getting much late here. It's 2:34 a.m. and I have to get some rest because I have to go to farms tomorrow. I have to go to my farms tomorrow. So like I'm a very like when I touch here, I touch here. When I touch here, I touch here. Tomorrow I'll be going to my corn farm to see how it's progressing. So it's all about doing so many things. So I'm so happy that I've been able to use like an hour and almost like 20 minutes to share this with you. And to those of you who are there to listen, please take it serious. Brother Richmond, Sister Joyce Bivens, Sister Amina Crystal Laurie, my sister TM Lawson Duval EL. Yeah, so mostly Park Zone Cargo Shippers, Park Zone Cargo and Shippers. You said, hi son, watching from Pennsylvania, USA. Blessings to you, Park Zone Park Zone Cargo and Shippers. Sister Angela Resta is also here. She said you can still distill the water. Yeah. So blessings to you, Sister Angela Resta. So these are the people who watch me. I had a very early nap last night, and that makes me to wake up and to come and have this conversation with you. But I think it is a must for me to share. Sometimes, you know, when you do a lot of things, you still have to, you know, share. Like share. That is how people will get to learn. So to those who are learning, continue to learn. To those who are not learning, I hope and pray that one day you get to learn. And to those who are being appreciative for what I share, I'm glad that you are all learning. And to those of you who really, want to live this kind of sustainable life, I hope that one day you all live that sustainable life. And I also hope that one day everything will be okay for you all with regards to whatever you are doing. So I'm gonna finally end this video from here. So let's listen to our local music a little bit and then go back to get some rest. This is the simple dance. Thank you, Sister Joyce Bivens. All right, family. I wish you all a very wonderful and productive weekends. I wish you all a very good night, sound sleep, sweet dreams. I pray that the Almighty God and our ancestors will continue to protect us, bless us, grant us from, grant us all whatever we wish for ourselves. I pray that to each and everyone who is battling with their finances, with their health issues, with, whatever problems they have in life, I pray that the Almighty God and our ancestors will be able to fix it for us and make us live a happy life, a joyful life, and be happy with each other and be lovely with each other and be supportive with each other and, continue us to live an abundance of health, prosperity, wisdom, knowledge, and whatever we wish for ourselves. And above all, I pray that the Almighty God will grant each and everyone the patience to live in life with peace, joy, and harmony. Have a wonderful night. Enjoy the rest of your weekends. I love you all. Peace and blessings to you. One love. Salute.